We're back!
Almost. We moved off the boat 3 months ago and we've had actually a really great winter. We're super thankful to all of our friends and family that have hosted us and let us sofa surf for the past 3 months, and we've managed to squeeze in a couple of super fun trips that I hope you've seen in the previous videos on this channel.
But we're ready to think about our cruising plans for the next season, which I'm super excited for. We'll talk a little bit more about those cruising plans at the end of this video, so stay tuned.
Earlier this week, we packed up all of our stuff, rented a van and drove back down to Bristol, which is where we are now and where the boat has been over the winter. We are currently staying in an Airbnb overlooking the marina, and the reason that we are staying here is because the boat is completely unlivable and absolute chaos.
Carnage, total carnage. There are a few things that we need to do before we can move on board. We started a couple of big projects early in January that we need to finish off, such as the engine overhaul and some safety improvements to the electricals. We need to recommission the freshwater system, and we have to replace the poo pipe that goes from our toilet, which I'm really not looking forward to, but it needs to happen. And then we have to move aboard. The big question is whether we'll get everything done before Laura's parents arrive on Friday to spend a couple of days with us.
So we've got 96 hours to get all of that done. Let's go. Time to go. Let's drive to Bristol. See you soon, Delfino.
Can't wait to get Delfino back, get our little home back again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's been a really nice winter and I feel super lucky to have been able to spend the winter with my family and have lots of good time with our friends, which we weren't sure if we were going to get again for quite a long time when we moved onto the boats. And I think it's been good for us to have a break after the kind of crazy first 6 months aboard.
I think we really needed a break. And I think that this winter also really helped us sharpen our mind, sort of, what is it that we want to do and where do we want to spend our time and what does our life look like, really? And I think we managed to find a good balance. I had just this flashback of us driving down to Chichester last year when we had the van filled with stuff, and with that flashback came a little taste of the excitement, here comes season 2, here comes the next cruising year, and I'm really excited for it.
And we've got way more time to prepare to leave. So today is the 11th of March and we're not planning to leave until sort of the 1st of April or leave the UK. So we're giving ourselves 3 weeks to move aboard, get settled, test everything out, provision, kind of do all the things we need to do, compared to last time when we gave ourselves 2 days.
Yeah.
So it should be a lot more chilled getting sorted this time around.
We gave ourselves 2 days and we only gave ourselves 2 weeks to get all the way up to Troon. So we're doing miles better. We have much less far to go.
We made it!
We made it! Feeling pretty excited now.
And we've got all of our junk that we got delivered to the marina. He's here. Broken mooring compensator. Oh, and a very, very dirty bottom. The aft one's broken as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So we made it down to the boat just fine yesterday. Now we've got a couple of days to kind of button up the boat. We need to get the engine into its final state, ready to go. We got to clean up this mess. It's so bloody messy in here. These boat work project days are always a little bit stressful. You never know whether we're going to get everything done or not, but I'm pretty positive, and mostly I'm just psyched for the season ahead, and that's kind of driving me forward right now. Holy moly, that took some wrestling, but I think I'm in now, so let's give it a test.
Oh, get that. And let's get the main switch on. Yeah, and then the DC power on. Yeah, I'm seeing some lights, so I think we're good. I think we are good.
Right then.
Yeah.
Is that stop working, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not firing.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
not quite.
what's happening?
Maybe the engine battery's not on.
Ah, that'll do it.
Okay. Engine battery is on.
That'll do it then, won't it?
Yeah. Way. Just tested the engine and the alternator, and it works so good. I'm so pleased about that. It means we'll have way more power for this upcoming season. We can stay out for longer. We can have more exciting adventures. Pretty cool. I can't tell you how good it feels after months of living in mess to put the boat back into a livable state. So over the last couple of days we finished off the engine overhaul, so we got that all running and we made sure that we're getting lots of power from our shiny new alternator, which is super cool. And I also finished off a lot of the safety improvements to the electrical compartment, which you will have seen and which makes me yeah, pretty good, pretty happy and feeling like Delfino will treat us well this season. This morning so far we've tidied up the main space, put a lot of the tools away, which makes Laura very happy whenever that happens, and we've recommissioned the water system. So got all of the antifreeze out of all of the pipes and the tanks. Next up really is to clean both of the tanks. We had a bit of a funky smell last year, so again, trying to make Laura happy. And yeah, let's crack on.
Right, let's tear the boat apart again. Yay!
Hopefully this one won't be too bad. So I gotta take the screws out. You know what that's time for? Impact driver.
This was Stu's Christmas present and he is so happy with it.
They're so good. These things are awesome. I don't know how I ever did DIY without them.
Ooh, it looks like a screwdriver.
What's nice about it is that it focuses on torque. So
You sure you need all that torque?
yeah.
So part of the reason we're doing this is because we've been having some leaks out of this tank and it looks like it's actually coming out of the screw holes themselves as well as a little bit from around the gasket.
It looks like it's gone a little bit brittle.
Yes, the gasket actually looks okay. It's the washers around the screws that look...
I don't know, like if you look in here, right, like
Yeah, maybe.
So yesterday we remade the gaskets for the water tanks and just came down late to tidy off some of those jobs. But today is the one that we're really dreading, replacing the boo pipe. I think Laura tried her hardest to avoid being here during this task, and I wasn't having any of it. I needed moral support.
Important pre-boo pipe preps. I think we're going to need this.
Show you what we're working with. That's the T-junction right there that we need to replace, and the pipe that we've got to replace runs back into that bulkhead. That's the compartment that it's in. And then it runs under this floorboard, and you can see there how brown on the far left, how brown and disgusting that pipe is. So it's gotta go. We've got to get rid of it. That's the holding tank there, and that's the discharge pipe, the other end of it that we're removing.
I'm enjoying that you've chosen to wear a white t-shirt today.
It's so that if I get poo on me, you know. It's immediately obvious that there's shit on me.
Probably a good idea.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna take a new approach.
So what's going on?
Hoses off.
Hey! Oh, gross.
Right.
So that's half.
Yeah, that is half. Sorry?
How's the bilge sewage?
Not too bad.
Good.
I did a pretty good job of sort of catching everything. Oh man, that was a fight.
That's so solid.
So gross. Let's get rid of it. So I managed to get the old one out, which I'm super pleased about. It was a real struggle. And like, interestingly, it wasn't the smell that got to me, but it was just like physical labor. Like these old pipes, they have steel in them, so you have to cut through the steel, and you really have to exert yourself. And the pipe was like really hard to move. And the space is awkward. Yeah, this is not a fun task, but I'll be glad when it's done. But we've started running the new one, and we've attached that up to the bottom of the holding tank. We've come through that little cabinet, and now we're putting the next fitting on. So we need to cut it and put the, so all's going well. We should be done before lunch. I managed. That was f***ing hard. So now we're gonna go back to the van and go get some food. We're fueled with McDonald's. Now just to clean and tidy and start the final preps.
So last year at the start of the season we cleaned our water tanks. I cleaned the port tank and I thought Stu cleaned the starboard tank. Stu thought I cleaned both tanks. So we actually never cleaned our starboard tank, and by the time we got up to the Outer Hebrides it was tasting a bit gross. So today we've taken everything out of the cockpit locker Stu's got in there and we're giving it a clean. And
Let me show you one of these things.
Yeah, the colour of the cloths that are coming out is absolutely disgusting. So I'm very, very glad that we are actually doing it. Oh,
look at that. Okay. So guess which side of the bottom I've cleaned.
ta-da! A sofa!
Oh, here it comes. I'm so excited. Now that we're putting everything away together, now it feels real.
Yeah.
No more bow work, or at least only little projects.
Whoops. It's windy. Great content.
This one doesn't work. Okay, let's try this one.
Can you stop being weird and just put the coin in the thing? Does that one not work either?
Alright, let's go. So, today's moving day. We've already brought the first load of stuff on. Laura's gonna go get a haircut, and then we'll bring everything else on. I'm super excited.
okay in spring. It's sunny, but it's also raining.
Last trolley of stuff, and that's it. We moved aboard. Oh, that was a lot of work. Now we just have to put all this crap away. You can compare this moment to the moment that we had when we moved on last year.
Yeah, we were both really sweaty and hot.
Yeah, and
Stuff everywhere, and there's things all over the boat that we didn't have homes for.
And we were doing it all quickly, right? Like, it was just a massive rush.
Yeah.
Everything was a rush.
Chucking everything.
Yeah. I feel so much more prepared this season.
Yeah, me too.
Let's crack on.
Yeah, I'm a bit like, where do we even start with unpacking all of this? But...
Yeah.
So this is current state of the boat. It's stuff on most of the surfaces and all of our big bags. And stuff all in here.
After months of intense travel with this bag, finally, time to put it to rest. Good night, sweet prince.
Unpacking could be going better. I just got all of my clothes out, ready to go in the wardrobe. Go to open the wardrobe, and the handle's fallen off, and now we can't open it.
Let's see if I can at least get it open.
Hey! It's our first night back on board. We have just about got everything essential unpacked. The aft cabin is still a bit of a chaos zone, but we'll deal with that another day. So the boat's pretty much livable. We've just had a little bit of chill time, and now I'm trying to make dinner, as you can probably see behind me, and everything feels really hard. Like, I don't know where anything is. The oven took ages to turn on. I just feel super rusty and like I don't know how to do anything, and Stu's making a load of noise, I think putting the main sheet back on. But while I feel really rusty, it's really good to be back and have our own space back again and just get to enjoy the boat. And even though everything's a bit harder for dinner, I'm cooking on a boat and I'm home, and yeah, we're gonna have a tasty dinner and a chill evening. We finished moving back and we've been actually on the boat for about a week now, and we are nearly unpacked. The aft cabin is still a bit of a pit of doom where things are living that don't currently have actual homes, but everything that we need to be comfortable on the boat is up and running, and we've had a great first week back.
Just really getting all of those little boat projects and tasks done, like the things that you guys don't really want to see and we just want to power through. But yeah, I think it's probably worth talking about our plans for the season. So we're really hoping that we can try to cross the Atlantic in the winter season next year. So that'll be December, January, February time, if we and the boat are ready and if we feel like it's a challenge that we want to take on. So no, we're not sure on either of those fronts, but
we might change our minds before then, but that's the goal that we're working towards for the moment.
What that does mean is that we could spend the whole season exploring the Atlantic coast of Brittany, Spain and Portugal, which I'm super excited for, and I think you are too. We've got some amazing trips planned in all that time, so yeah, I hope you guys stick around and watch them follow along with us.
We're being maybe slightly less ambitious than we were last year, but only in the sense that we're giving ourselves more time to get from where we are now on the south coast of the UK to the Canary Islands by the end of September. So overall we should be able to wait for better weather windows, and we're feeling a bit less stressed about the upcoming season. And our filming is probably going to change a little bit as well. Last year we just pointed our phones at whatever crossed our paths, and this year, as you can hopefully tell by the quality of this footage, we've got a shiny new camera, and we're going to be a little bit more intentional about how we use it to tell purposeful stories of the places that we visit. And one of the aspects that we want to show more of is the food in all of the different places that we go to. I love food.
I love eating, so it works pretty well.
We're going through some of the best food and wine producing regions in the world, and I'm super excited to share all of that with you.
There'll still be a ton of sailing. I mean, we're ultimately living on a sailboat,
Yep.
so don't worry, we're still exploring the world by sailboat. But I think there's a real opportunity to tell interesting stories about some of the ingredients that we come across and their histories and how they're embedded in the place.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see how that comes out in camera, and hope you guys enjoy it too.
And we're keeping our fingers crossed that we'll do less boat work this year after the amount that we did over the winter and all the preparation and all the maintenance that we've put into Delfino during the off season. She is still a boat, so that's probably not going to pan out, but there hopefully, touch wood, will be less boat work featured in the videos going forward.
Bring on season 2.
Yes.
Happy dads.
Happy dads, right, okay. And just the final thing I wanted to say is thank you all so much for your support for all of the videos from season 1 and from Scotland. It's been a constant surprise that so many of you watch the videos and seem to be enjoying them. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, thank you for all the likes, thank you for the lovely comments, and I hope you enjoy season 2 as much as you seem to have enjoyed season 1.